This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. And for the first time in 2021, I am joined by the savage Alen Babic over Zoom. Alen, how are you doing? Happy New Year.
Thank you, brother. Always good to see you. And in the next year, it's a perfect start when I see your face in Boxing Social Network. Everything's been good. Everything great.
Well, appreciate those kind words, mate. It's good to speak to you once again. Talk to me about the festive period. Did you enjoy Christmas as much as you could in these kind of uncertain and dark times?
Yeah, listen, I have a little bit of a shoulder problem, because of the fight with Tom Little, I got a little bit injured. So I just trained, through that injury, but it wasn't a pleasant training. So I didn't rest much. I didn't train much. Everything is kind of in between. The savage is restless. I need something to happen soon. I don't like this COVID time. I don't train as much and I don't rest as much. So I'm in between, like we all are.
Alen, you had a relatively successful 2020, given the circumstances. You was very active. You was able to get out more than what most people was. 3 knockout victories to add to your previous ones as well. Just reflecting on the year for me, how would you sum up your success in 2020?
It was amazing. Like you said, I got way more shots and chances than everybody else. And I just wanted to give something back to the people, and that's why I won by 3 knockouts in 2 rounds. Because I felt like I need to do that. Because if I was just boxing boringly, I would be, I would get to myself on nerves along other people. So I just took my chances and I used them as much as I could. And I'm really glad that I see that people like me and they want to see more of the savage. That was my intentions. That was all 2020 summed up for me. Just my intentions to get on on everybody's mouth.
Alen, the only downside to obviously your 2020 was the fact that your fights were behind closed doors. You wasn't able to show everybody in person, the savage and what you bring to the ring. How much do you feel you missed that last year?
Well, listen, I don't know the feeling of it, so I didn't really miss nothing because I still don't have the feeling of a full arena and stuff. I didn't fought in front of many people, but I entertained everybody who saw it, yourself and everybody who saw it. So I really think that's gonna be just another boost in my back, just that audience, my savage army in the audience is gonna be something different, and I'm prepared for that. That's my whole life. I just wanna see how that feels, because this has been amazing. So I can just imagine.
That's something I was going to ask you, Alen, when the time comes and you're able to box in front of a crowd, whether it be a partial crowd or a sold out arena, given the current circumstances once again, do you feel, how much do you feel it will benefit you and how much more do you think it will bring out of the savage?
I think it will benefit me a lot because I want to get people with me in the fight. I want to have connection with them. I want to have connection with every single people who attends my fights. I want to talk to them. I want to speak with them. I want to hear them. So I really think I will go through it. I'll make some special connection with my fans, and that was always been my dream. To be a friendly fighter. I would die in that ring for them. So, and I really hope that I'm gonna get something back, and I know I will. I'm gonna do my best, and if they feel it, they're gonna return the favor, and we're gonna have a beautiful stuff. Because I don't want to just box just for myself. People for the person. Everything I do, I want a lot of people with me. So I'm gonna try to give them as close as possible to the ring. I want to give them different feeling, to have with me.
Alan, talk to me about your 2021 plans. Last time we spoke, you said you was looking at the Nick Webb fight amongst a couple of other names. Where does kind of things stand with regards to that? I know we've just come into a stricter measure of lockdown over in the UK about an hour ago. That those measures were introduced. The British Boxing Board of Control have suspended boxing in January, and they'll reassess it at the end of the month. But before all of that, and at the beginning of this year, where did things stand with regards to your plans for this year?
Well, it was Nick Webb was offered the fight many times, to fight me, to fight Fabio Worley, and he just deflected all of them. I don't know what he's doing. If he training, if he a boxer or what is he, like a swinger or something. He just turns down every single opportunity to fight. So I'm not even interested in that fight no more because he turned down like 7 times, and I'm not even joking. So me and Worley are not gonna get a chuck at him because he doesn't want the smoke. So I was told I'm gonna fight Molina, Eric Molina. So that's a good fight for me. I like that fight. He did nothing against Herwich, and he's gonna do double nothing against me. So I proved that already on Tom Little and every other opponent. But listen, I want to. There's a lot of fights. There's Christopher Lovejoy. He's interesting. He's an enigma. I told him we spoke. On one of your shows. I told him, he needs to show who he is. He needs to prove himself. And when he does that, I did that already. When he does that, I think we could meet because you have 100% knockout ratio. I think people would watch that fight. So I'm looking forward to that fight. And the people I want to see him against David Price. I would love that fight. That would be perfect fight for the styles. Styles makes boxing. So boxing makes styles, whatever. So I really want to fight David Price for I want to fight lots of guys. I have dreams. And then I just call up Dillian White and Jay, his manager. I just say I want to fight this guy. I said I want to fight. I had a dream. I'm fighting that guy Boccoli. And I just called up Dillian, give me the fight, I don't care. And he's like, chill, bro. He's highly ranked. He doesn't fight unless you're a top 10 guy. I'm just telling you my dream. Fuck it, I don't care. So I just want to fight everybody. And I know I'm gonna get a few chances. I want 10 fights. Maybe I get, I don't know, like 5 fights, maybe. So I gotta do most every single fight. I'm gonna put my heart in. I'm gonna destroy my body all over again. Because it's so hard to get a chance just to get into the ring. Everything else is easy for me. I just need to keep proving myself to people, to Eddie Hearn, to Metron, to Dazone, to everybody. So it is hard, but I'll do it. I'll do it for you guys.
Alan, I think in pretty much every interview we've done, you've said yourself, you're effectively at that stage now where you're just so keen and desperate to fight somebody who's gonna come after you, who's gonna throw back more, who's gonna be aggressive towards you and make it a much more kind of entertaining fight from the opponent's behalf. We know what you bring to the fight, but it's something you want to see back from your opponent. How key is that moving into this year that you see that yourself more so that your opponents bring more action for you to deal with and for you to again just showcase the levels that you feel you have in the boxing world?
Of course, after every fight, I said to everybody, "Give me someone worthy." None of those guys were worthy till now because that's the way you gotta go. I would go to Boccoli fight tomorrow, but that's just not the way it works. So I'm just playing the part. Billy White takes good care of me. Eddie Hearn, Billy White obviously take good care of me. So I just can't wait. I think I'm gonna go through few fights and then I'm gonna get a challenge because Eric Molina is also it's gonna be the same. It's gonna be the same. He talks so big, but he knows it's gonna be the same with maybe 2 rounds. It's another knockout. I can't even knock them out clean. You saw it. They just fall down. I'm not even warmed up in the fight, and they just fall. Because I bring so much with me into the ring. And if you had losses, if you experience losses, you know how it is through. I don't know that. I don't even count on it. It's a whole different level. So I would really like a young, up and coming lion, undefeated. So we would clash, for the fight for the fans. I'm just looking for the fight for the fans. These fights were good because I made them good. You know that. All of those fighters had boring fights. I had none. So I make the good fights. So I just need a dance partner. That's it.
An interesting name you mentioned earlier is David Price, Alan. What do you make of a fight between yourself and David Price, and how do you think it would play out? We've seen David, he's had a brilliant amateur career. He's maybe didn't achieve as much as he'd have liked to as a professional, but still been in some very entertaining fights. Is that the type of test you are talking about? And what do you make of a fight between the pair of you?
Yeah, that would be the biggest test of my career. Because he's like a true amateur warrior. He's a technically perfect. He's so big. He's like what, 4 meters. He's a giant. Savage likes giants. But listen, he's much more rated than I am, and his name holds more value than mine. So I will never badmouth a guy like that. I respect him so much. But of course, I would like that fight, and I don't think we are far. I'm like 42nd right now. He's right up there, like 30 something. So we're close, and I think that's a possible fight. And I think fans would love to see that fight. No, I didn't talk about their price. The fans did. Everybody said Price and Babic. Whenever I hear my name, I hear his name too. They want to see fight of the styles. So I'm just in it for the fans. So, and like I said, I have a mad respect for the guy. He was in some of the greats. I don't think he's at his peak. I think he's a little bit on the downward spiral, but no, I think we would match up perfectly. I think it would be a beautiful, beautiful fight. Just beauty to watch.
Alan, take me back to December the 12th, where we saw some heavyweight fights take place. Just get your thoughts on them. And one to start with is another name you mentioned who you had a dream about fighting when you called up Dillian, Martin Boccoli. Martin overcoming Sergey Kuzmin. What did you make of that fight first and foremost?
Yeah, I think it was boring fight. I just don't see it. How everybody can see, how anybody can see that was a good fight. I see people talking that was like a good fight. I just don't see it. I can't say it if I don't see it. So I think Ryan Garcia did amazing fights. So I think a lot of fights are amazing. I think that fight was just boring. I didn't see nothing from Kuzmin, nothing from Boccoli. It was a sparring session. Uh, I don't want to badmouth them, but fuck it. That's what I think. You ask me.
Another fight on that card, Hughie Fury versus Marius Vac. It's a very entertaining fight for as long as it lasted. Alan, again, just your thoughts on it?
Yeah, that was a bit better. Bit better. And I like Hughie Fury also as my opponent. I would like to see us two getting it because it was again battle of the styles. He is a kind of a technical brawler. So there will be a lot of, he throws a lot of punches, and nobody throws punches like I do. I go over 100 every round. So I think that would be a very, very interesting fight as long as it lasts.
And then the final one being Anthony Joshua versus Kubrat Pulev. Anthony Joshua successful with 10th round stoppage victory. Was you impressed by Anthony Joshua, or did you see vulnerabilities in his performance? A few people suggesting that online.
Well, listen, Anthony Joshua is on a whole different level altogether. So I really do. I'm not gonna badmouth Joshua. Boccoli is one thing, but Anthony Joshua, he's the king. He passed the game. Everybody wanna see him walk. If he walks, everyone's gonna watch it. So I think he does everything perfect. I think he picked Pulev because Pulev was nowhere near his peak, and he just beat old Pulev. I didn't think much of the fight because I knew how it's gonna end. Pulev had no chance whatsoever, no chance. And they said like, yeah, he can do it. I think they did that just for the business type, to get people hyped up or something. But I knew Josh is it's gonna be an easy fight. It's an easy victory. he did that perfect also. So everything Joshua does is perfect.
Alan, there was a lot of talk last year that going into 2021, if AJ was successful and Fury still held his belts, the undisputed title fight would take place between the pair of them. We see that this year, Alan. In your opinion, what happens in that fight?
Well, yeah, we're talking about another amazing guy in Fury. I think he's also on his own level. It's totally opposite of Joshua's level. So they're both top dogs. And I would also like to see that fight. Everybody, that's the fight of our generation. If we talk heavyweights. Of course, I think Dillian is there and great guys like him, but Fury and Joshua really is the fight right now. It's all England clash. I think England should be proud to have such two champions, and that is the fight we all want to see. Just I hope it happens. I hope money doesn't get involved and fucks everything up. So I hope we're gonna see the fight. If it happens, I think Fury will take it because as much as Joshua is perfect, Fury is different. He's not perfect. He's just different. So he's too awkward. I don't know. Where will Joshua find that kind of sparring partner? Nobody can do it. Nobody can do what Fury does, and everybody can actually do what Joshua does because it's a pure how can I say, it's a technical boxing. It's nothing new, and Fury does something new. It's awkwardness and style. So I think Fury will take it because he's mentally on a different level.
You mentioned Dillian White earlier on, your manager in that answer there. He's obviously waiting to find out about this Alexander Povetkin rematch when that can take place. What are your thoughts, Alan? Have you got any update for us? When do you think we can see them contest their second bout?
Yeah, we just talk today. We talk often, me and Dillian, and he's just pursuing Povetkin. Povetkin just keeps on running. He doesn't want it. I told it to everybody. In that fight, Povetkin had a longer end. He was beaten up bad. He was beaten up good. He beat him up. He beat him up. Until that uppercut, which was perfect, by the way. But Povetkin was a beaten man, and I don't think he wants to get into the ring with Dillian. He knows the pain. Believe me, he knows the pain. All of us sparring partners know the pain that Povetkin felt with little gloves and no headgear. So I think he's just running from Dillian, and Dillian is just chasing him. But after a while, if he doesn't want to fight, Dillian should move on and just go to different fights. Everybody want to see Dillian. He's also a superstar, and I just hope he's gonna fight soon because that means you're gonna spar soon. I love sparring with Dillian.
Alan, I think I'd pay good money to watch you and Dillian spar.
That's crazy, bro. That's fucking crazy. Everybody who saw it, well, people said that was the best sparring they ever saw, and that those were the people who were in lots of camps, on the grades. Yeah, it's just crazy sparring. It's like we hate each other, but I really love that guy. He loves me back, But in the sparring, it's pure hate. It's two demons.
Alan, before I let you go, I just want to get your thoughts on two fights that have taken place, one this year and one last year. Start off with the one last year, Canelo versus Callum Smith. I know you'd have tuned in to watch it. What were your thoughts?
Well, I think Canelo is. Well, I already said it about Joshua and Fury, but there's another guy. Boxing is fun these days because I think Canelo is pound for pound greatest fighter of our generation. I really do think that. I don't think Floyd Mayweather is near the Canelo will be. Canelo has a little bit more to prove, but I think that we're looking at the best of our generation. Canelo is just sick. He's just sick. The way he beat your guy was terrible. He beat him up mercilessly. He beat him up. Did you saw his arm, his biceps? He took him apart. And we are talking about a top guy. So I don't think England has a lot of fighters. There's Bill Joe Saunders, of course. I think he's the last straw. If he beats Billy Joe Saunders, nobody can touch him. I think he's going that way. But I like Bill Joe Saunders also. He's my friend and he's a gypsy fighter. A lot of heart, a lot of energy. So that's also a fight I'm looking forward to.
And then the fight which took place this past weekend, Ryan Garcia stopping Luke Campbell in the 7th round. I don't know whether you caught it or not, Alan, but if you did, what were your thoughts?
Of course I did, brother. I watched the whole show actually, and the fights were so good. Did you watch the
Yeah,
undercard?
some
Did you?
brilliant
I want
fights
to
on the
talk to you
undercard.
about the fight, DJ, the
Yeah,
DJ guy versus the Alvarado.
yeah.
Fuck, bro, that was so fight. I wrote to both of them. I said, "You're a fucking hero." DJ threw 980 punches. Did you know that? 980, and he connected with like 600 of them. And the other guy, Alvarado, is just a pure diva. I think that was the fight of the night. I don't think that. But Garcia also amazing. But you can see in Smith, he's the most decorated British fighter, isn't he?
In Campbell, Luke Campbell.
Campbell, yeah, Campbell. Is he the most decorated? I think he has European and World Championship and Olympic medal.
Luke's never won a world title.
Oh, was he European champion? No, in the amateurs.
Oh, in the amateurs. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, in the amateurs. So he's decorated. That's like a badge. He's Olympic winner. He's
Yeah.
Olympic medalist. He's
Yeah.
Olympic gold. So he had that perfect style. You saw it, the way he fights. I know I fought some guys who are Olympians, and you can't go through that guard. It's so hard. And I didn't thought Ryan Garcia will get him, but he went through him like a machine. He was just non-stop throwing bombs. And it was a very interesting fight, very entertaining. And the way he dismantled uh, the Olympic medalist was just crazy. Because Ryan is just a kid, and I think he's gonna be like Oscar De La Hoya. I think we are watching that new Oscar De La Hoya. I think he's big. I think he's gonna be big.
Some big words and some big footsteps for Ryan Garcia to follow there, Alan. We will leave that there now, though, and I'll leave a final word to yourself. For all of the Savage Army who will tune in to watch this interview, who are waiting to see you back on these shores, what would you like to say to them?
Well, I just love it. I love all of my Savage Army. I get lighthearted every time talking about it, man. I can't wait to get another shot. I will get it because I did because of you guys. Not because of me. I'm nothing. You guys want me there, I'm gonna be there. As soon as the border open. As soon as the fucking plane can fly in, Savage will be there. I'm gonna make destruction once again. And just hold tight for another maybe 2 fights, and then I'm gonna get a real test. I want one of your own. I want my fans to pick a fight who will challenge me. They're talking about a lot of names. Whoever, I'm ready. I'm ready for a big fight. And I want fans there. So I'm hoping it's gonna be fast. To have fight against one of your own idols. I want to take him out. I wanna go do lots of stuff I can't say right now. I wanna curse. But just my Savage Army, I love you. Keep supporting me. I will give you everything.
Alan, it's been a pleasure to talk to you for the first time in this new year. Stay safe, and we will hopefully see you soon back on a UK show. Appreciate your time as always, and thank you for speaking to Boxing Social.
Thank you, brother. It's a pleasure as always. Thank you, brother, and see you soon.